Hi, I'm Jason, and welcome to the video. Have you ever had the feeling that you missed something, like if you opened a book and were immediately lost, as if there were opening chapters you missed, or you jumped in at the end of a series without realizing it? That's how I felt when I was watching The Fantastic Four First Steps. As events played out on screen before me, two things kept intruding into my thoughts. One, what did I miss? Two, why don't I care about any of these people? The film starts with a documentary TV program replaying the origin of the team and showing highlights of some of their exploits. Scientists and adventurers, they go into space, a miscalculation results in cosmic rays altering their DNA and granting them superpowers. We've seen this origin story before on the big screen in 2005's Fantastic Four. The reboot in 2015 had a different origin. We also get treated to a name-dropping montage and some scenes of the four in action. The Mad Thinker, the Red Ghost, Super Apes, Mole Man. Sue is good at negotiating. Ben is a pilot. Johnny is single. Reed is smart. Bam! Sue is pregnant and they baby-proof their headquarters. Bam! The Silver Surfer arrives and warns that Galactus is coming to destroy their world. Bam! The four head into space to confront this threat, barely making it home alive. Galactus wants their unborn son so he can pass his hunger on to someone else. This child is immensely powerful, it seems. Bam! The world is unhappy that the four didn't give up their child to save the Earth. Luckily, Reed comes up with the plan to teleport the Earth to another point in the universe so that Galactus can't find it. They have a few months to get everything in place, and the world rallies behind this effort. Then Galactus arrives and we're in the final showdown. But against who? A threat with a handful of minutes of screen time and his herald who had just as little. We saw a planet larger than Earth being eaten, so we have been shown the stakes, but those stakes don't generate any emotional response from me. Something is missing here. It's like I saw a recap and jumped into the final episode. Previously on Fantastic Four. Now for the finale. A film like this is only as good as its villain. The best received Marvel outings had bad guys that were properly developed. There were stakes of varying levels, sometimes personal, other times national or global or cosmic. Civil War is a great example. Zemo was a bad guy with his own personal investment in hurting Tony Stark and bringing down the Avengers. Tony had his own personal stakes, the deaths of his parents. Steve wanted to protect his oldest friend. T'Challa wanted to avenge his father. No homework was needed, but earlier entries like Winter Soldier were available to flesh things out for interested viewers. Then there is Thanos. Infinity War was as much about him as it was about the heroes, and some people could almost agree with what Thanos was doing. We were invested in stopping this villain because we saw so many sides of him and understood his goal. Galactus, though, it is all a monologue, a few minutes of this cosmic entity summarizing his entire being, billions of years. What did we miss? Was there another movie before this with him in it? Am I missing something? Of course, as a comic fan for half a century, I know who Galactus is. I still want the film to explain this iteration of the character, though, not just for viewers who don't read comics, but for Galactus, because he deserves as much development as Thanos. He should have been a looming threat, something to build up to, something on the way, worse than anything the heroes had faced before. And that's not what we got, just a previously on Fantastic Four summary. We are being told how scary he is instead of shown. Planet-eating scene aside, brief as it was, that's what he does, not who he is. And it's not just the bad guy here. Ben. He walks around, buys cookies, doesn't like the catchphrase his cartoon version is famous for. Is "It's clobbering time" something Ben actually said? Or is it just something the cartoon writers came up with? Ben likes a girl and she likes him. What was her name again? Why does she like him? Nothing. It's like I missed tons of the story. Johnny, he likes his hero status and he's single. Then he is a genius linguist using one sentence to decipher an alien language. Huh? Where did that come from? What did I miss? There is no conflict between members of the team. Reed and Sue love each other and are having a baby. No development beyond that. Sue is good at negotiating, though. Mole Man. He just walks in later in the film and solves a problem. But who is he? How did he become friendly with Sue? What episode was that earlier in the Fantastic Four season? Did I miss it? Just a couple of lines in a recap montage. It's not enough. When the stakes are so high immediately, the destruction of the world and the extinction of all life on the planet, we still need some personal, emotional investment to make us feel something. We should love the heroes, hate the villain even as we understand the villain's goals, fear for the safety of characters in the story. The Fantastic Four first steps didn't make me feel anything except disappointment at the wasting of such narrative currency. Characters need goals, things to strive for or protect, motivations both internal and external, chances to examine themselves and either hold true to their convictions or change, for better or worse. I'm not saying we needed a full-blown origin film. Marvel did it right with the newest version of Spider-Man, not showing us the spider bite and starting with the character already established as a hero. I think that is what they were trying to do here, but they failed. We don't need to see the space mission, but we do need to see some of the exploits. We have to see them take down the Mad Thinker, or we have to see them face off against the Red Ghost and his super apes, which was apparently shot in some form with John Malkovich. We have to see them learn to work as a team, bicker, come together, win. We have to see how smart Reed is. We have to see Johnny resent not being taken seriously, making him want to prove his value as more than just the flame guy, or at least demonstrate some skill with foreign languages. Most of all, we have to see Mole Man, how Sue negotiated with him, how he went from foe to friend, especially considering the role he wound up playing in the film. We have to spend time with these characters and care about them, so we can love them and fear for them later. It sounds like we needed another movie before this one, like Galactus should have been set up and saved for later. But Marvel was in a hurry, and this is the result. Wind up the multiverse saga, prune things that weren't working, win back fans who had drifted away. Whoops! All they got was a big meh, and another lackluster addition to the MCU. That's what I think. I had no emotional investment in the events of the film, and although I can't fault the look or the performances, I can certainly fault the concept and the script. What do you think? Did you watch it? Did you skip it? Did you like it or hate it or feel nothing, like me? Leave a comment and let me know your thoughts. Share this with anyone who might be interested. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and consider subscribing to my channel if you like this kind of content. As for me, I rewatched both Incredibles movies. The first one is a rare 10 out of 10 for me, which means I can put it on and watch it all the way through anytime. Maybe Marvel should have recruited Brad Bird. Those films made me care, and the planet wasn't going to be eaten or anything like that. Personal problems, personal stakes, do that first. The end of the world stuff can be the icing on the cake, like in Infinity War. Quill wanted to keep Gamora safe, Nebula wanted to hurt her dad, Tony and Steve were not getting along, Thor felt unworthy after losing so much, so many personal things taking place, and Thanos on top of all of that. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.